I just finished an episode of The Simpsons, and this was on Bart ruins Thanksgiving. And without giving too much detail about what this episode's about, it was just kind of just emphasizing emotional intelligence and empathy. And so I got really curious about what my emotional intelligence score was. So I ended up going to Psychology Today's website to kind of take their emotional intelligence test. And it's about a 45-minute to an hour test. And so yeah, I'll be back in 45 minutes. Let's take a look and see what my results are. All right, so after about 45 minutes to an hour, I finished taking the EQ test. And it turns out that I scored a 79 out of 100. I'm not too sure if that's considered good or not, but let me see what you guys scored. Just let me know in the comments below. But a few interesting things that I would like to mention when I was taking this quiz is that a couple of years ago, I would have answered some of these questions a lot differently than I would have now. So check this out. And I kind of made a list of this to kind of just show you some of the questions I would have answered completely differently. So for example, when something is bothering me, I cannot stop thinking about this. Before, well, let's say 5 years ago, I would highly score this, like I really agree. Like if something is bothering me, it would pretty much fester throughout the whole day. Now it's the complete opposite, or we'll say slightly less than the complete opposite, right? If it's a score of 0 to 5, where let's say, for example, 0 is highly agree, number 1 is like somewhat agree, middle's neutral, disagree, highly disagree, right? So I'm kind of in the highly disagree category for this answer. Next question. Even when I don't want to, I consistently put the other people's needs ahead of my own. This was completely agree 5 years ago. I would always sacrifice my own self, my own happiness so that someone else could feel happy and get the things that they want. But now I've learned to kind of flip that, where I'm not completely disagreeing that I'm going to completely say, you know what, me first. But I definitely value myself and my needs more than other people, because essentially you do have to take care of yourself first. Otherwise, you're constantly putting yourself in the back burner and you're not making your own needs met. You know what I mean? Next question. I spent hours wondering what people meant by offhand remarks. This one's a big one too, because when I was younger, if I said something or if I didn't say something properly, I would fester that throughout the whole time, like, did I say the right thing? Did they feel bad the way I said it? Oh my God, what? Like, you know what I mean? That would really bother me a lot. Even when I got home, like, gosh, did I do this right? Now I just let it go because there's nothing I can do about it anymore, right? It's the past. No point in really thinking about all of these things. Next one. I avoid fights, expressing my opinion, or doing what I want for fear that I will upset others or lose their love or friendship. Again, am I putting my own needs first, or am I putting other people's needs first, right? It's kind of like, this question is basically, how likable do you want to be? Meaning, how agreeable do you want to be for other people? Because it's the one thing I realize now is like, it's good to have differing opinions, except for politics. Politics can be it could be hard because it's like people are so what's it called? They want to believe that their guy is winning versus or whatever. Let's just skip politics, okay? But you know what I mean. Next one. When I'm feeling negative emotions like anger or sadness, I try to ignore them as much as possible. Yes, I do, because who wants to feel sad? Who wants to be angry? Who wants to feel depressed? So more often than not, I would just like suppress it, because one, I would feel too ashamed to really talk about it. Like, nah. This is always a common question in people in relationships, right? So for example, if there's something bothering me that my ex did or that my girlfriend did or whatever, I would just bottle it in. And she'd be like, hey, honey, is everything okay? I'd be like, yeah, I'm good. But clearly you know that there's something wrong, right? But you don't want to express it because you want them to kind of keep, in my opinion, again, this was years ago, not now. You want them to kind of just keep, like, not belligerent you. Is that the right word, belligerent? Where it's like, honey, tell me what's wrong. And then you find like, yes, something is wrong, right? We've all been there. You know exactly what I mean. So yeah, years ago, I would hold that in and suppress it until maybe even later in the evening, I'm like, God, I can't believe you freaking did that, or something. It's like, what the hell? That was like hours ago. Why'd you tell me that before? Next one. I tend to overanalyze situations, finding problems that do not exist. You damn right, right? This is kind of like similar to catastrophizing, right? You're thinking, oh, I'm always thinking about the negatives of what could possibly happen. But not anymore. Not anymore. Okay, a few more. Once I get angry, there's no stopping me. I'll let everything out. This one is tricky because this has to do with, it's like a two-part question. Anger. I would consider myself to be a pretty angry guy before, like very angry in the sense of more impatient, right? And the minute like I'm angry, I start bringing up old things that happened before where it's like, what the hell? We're talking about, let's say, not doing the dishes, but why are you complaining about me being late this time? You know what I mean? I just throw everything out there. Just like, this is what you did before, and this is why I'm angry now. It's like, you're just throwing the whole kitchen sink on a fire that's already been started, right? When I am upset with someone, I let him or her know. Before, if I was upset with somebody, I would just hold it in. I would just not tell them. Again, I want to be liked. And if you want to be liked, what do? You want to make sure that everything is good, grass is green, we're good, right? But now it's kind of like if something is upsetting me, I want to tell you because my emotions are important. Like if you're doing something that I don't like, or it's bothering me, it goes against my values. I'm like, hey, listen, and we have a discussion about it, right? That's what it's about. It's sharing rather than holding it in and assuming that the other person knows exactly what you're feeling. We can't do that. No one knows exactly what you're feeling unless you tell them. And this is why communication is very important. Why miscommunication is very rampant in relationships. It's because people they're afraid to speak out. So, all right, the next questions are, again, same thing, just what I would have answered differently years ago. When something is really bothering me, I put this answer for today. I would allow myself to wallow in the pain a bit and then pick myself up and find a solution, which is completely what I would be doing now. I mean, you've seen my videos in the past where it's like I just, I feel the pain, but then I come up with like logical reasons on how to change my mindset. You know what I mean? So a few years ago, this is what I would put. I would have put, seek out help from others, even if it's just, wait, would I put that one? Let me see. Okay, actually, this is a two-answer question. So I would have picked, give in to the negative emotions until that's all I could think about. But I would also seek out help from others because all I want to do is just like complain and bitch. Like, God, life sucks. That's not working out for me. So yes, I would feel the emotion all the time, but I would tell someone about it too, right? Not just to seek comfort for making me feel bad. It's like me actually complaining, like, God, life sucks. All right, next. When there's something I don't like about myself, my life, or my relationships, I take steps to change things. Answer I put today. I try to change what I can and learn to accept what I can't. Years ago, what would I have put? Actually, I would have put no. I have to accept that this is the hand I've been dealt in life. Like basically I can't change. This is basically an interesting question. Do you see yourself in control or not in control of your life, right? This is basically assessing that question. All right, a few more. This is a question that we all generally face in meetings. Daniel's waiting at the dentist's office. He has an appointment for 9:30. It's 10:15. He hasn't been seen by the dentist yet. What should he do? That's essentially what the question's about. So I put down that he should use the waiting time to focus his energy on upcoming projects that he is currently working on, right? You're using your time productively. It's like, you know what? I have no control of the doctor being late, the dentist being late. So how can I use my time effectively to better the situation? Answered previously, what I would have put is, it's like 7 questions. I would have just basically been bitching and moaning, like, dude, what the hell? Like, come on, man. I made an appointment for 9:30. It's 10:15, 10:20. Where the F is the dentist? I got things to do. That would have been me complaining. It's like, God, me, right? My time. All right, that was the last question. So for me, it's very interesting to see how I have changed over, honestly, I'd say the last 2 years. Ever since me and my ex-girlfriend separated, I went through this personal growth stage of just trying to be a better person. And through the when I found the philosophy, when I was introduced to Stoic philosophy. Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, people like them, like Anyways, those types of philosophy, it really allowed me to change my life and change the way that I thought and how I saw the world. Right? I started to see myself more as a person of emotional maturity rather than being the victim. I started taking control and responsibility for my life. And the one thing that I realized is that the things that I am in control of should allow me to essentially control, right? Versus the things that I am not in control of. For example, the dentist question, where I cannot control the time of the dentist. That is completely outside of my control. So why bitch and complain about it? Just do the best you can with the time you got and use that to be more productive, read a book, read a newspaper, or in this case, think of your projects that you're working on, right? Things like emotional distresses, right? If you're feeling down and you feel like you're just feeling down, depressed, and lonely, what do? Again, there's options, right? Are you going to be the victim, or are you going to take responsibility and say, you know what? I'm a big proponent of this, by the way, but it's like if you're feeling depressed, just feel it. If you're feeling anxious, feel the anxiety, let that heart rate pump, and try your best to really logically think out like, hey, why am I feeling anxious? Why am I feeling depressed? Let's break it down. You know what I mean? Like for instance, my video where I was essentially bitching and complaining about just being stuck at home all the time because of the COVID-19 virus that's been just, shelter in place. And I was like, it was driving me crazy. Like, I need to get out. I need to do this. But at the same time, it's like, look, I understand that one thing is like, we're all going through this. It's not just me. We're all going through this. And I understand it's for the greater good so that we can get back to our normal life as fast as possible, right? Minimize the risk of the disease spreading so that we can get back to our normal lives and all is merry again, right? So just things like that. It's interesting. And this whole concept of just victim mentality. And I just feel like it's never good to be the victim. Because even if, just say you are the victim, right? You are feeling emotions and you're in a party and you want people to come to you. You're getting attention that you want, but is it the right type of attention? It's like, do you want to have sympathy? Do you want people to sympathize with you? And granted, it's okay every now and then if you're going through, let's like a divorce, if you're going through a complete meltdown of your life. That, it's okay to feel that. Like, you need to feel that. Don't hide your emotions and assume that everything's going to be okay. Feel your emotions, the negatives, and just realize that, you know what? You'll get through it. Find a solution to get through it. And that's what life is all about. It's about adapting to the situation that you're always given. And how can you make any negative situation into a positive learning experience? And that's essentially my philosophy for you, is to try to live that lifestyle. Like I don't want to name names, but I just have people in my life who are going through anxiety, through social, just issues going on with their life. And my advice for you is, you have to feel it. Anxiety is a normal part of life, but there's a certain part of abnormal anxiety where it's like, all right, if it's completely taking over your life to the point where you can't focus on the things that you're doing anymore, you have to even write down, okay, like you have a column of what it is, why am I anxious, possible solutions, right? You just kind of break it down. And once you're able to figure out the solution to your problem, everything starts slowly coming into place. I mean, that's how I go through my life now, right? It's how, break it down. Options. In this case, if I lose my job because there's no work, my options are I could apply at a temporary position at places like Costco. I don't want Whole Foods, screw Amazon. Costco, Trader Joe's, or Starbucks even, right? Learning how to make coffee. I thought about that. It'd be fun. Like, would I want to learn how to make coffee? Hell yeah. But right now, I feel like my time is better spent, especially since I'm still getting paid. My time is better spent learning new skills and continuing to make videos, right? And just kind of continuing to hone my craft on, in this case, making videos, because I really, really enjoy doing it. And I want to get better at it. So anyways, Sorry, this was kind of a long video, but I love talking about psychology, and that's what I would have essentially done if I didn't do PT. I would have done psychology. Anyways, take a look and really think about the things that I said. You know, it's easier said than done, but when you can start learning to take control of your own life and learning to understand that things that you are in control of versus things you cannot control, you could start utilizing your mind much more efficiently, right? Like there's no point in complaining. Like I used to complain a lot, but I never complain anymore, because if I'm complaining, it means I'm either in control or if I'm not in control, right? So if I'm not in control and I'm complaining about something, what's the point? Because I can't affect the outcome anyways. But if it's something that's in my control and I'm complaining about it, well, bitch, I better do something about it, all right? No point in complaining. So, all right, hope you got some good lessons from this video, and take this test. It's really fun. Just see where you score. Leave a comment down below and just let me know. Yeah. All right. Have a good day.